Hi, and welcome back to my YouTube channel on this, the last day of 2023. So I was thinking, well, what will I share with my viewers, either if it's by chance or if you're a subscriber, on the last day of 2023, being based here in Adelaide. And it sort of dawned on me that we've got this, the Sunday Mail. It's Sunday, of course, and the Sunday Mail is a newspaper that's been around Adelaide forever. And I thought I'd just touch on a few of the things in here to give you an idea of what's been happening in Australia and in Adelaide in particular the last 12 months and what people are expecting for the beginning. And the headlines are talking about teenage gangs printing guns on printers, on 3D printers, which is not good, and the sad loss of a young boy that was taken by a shark just recently, a few days ago, at Marion Bay in South Australia. And we've been having quite a few, well, over the last few years, there's been a few tragedies of people being taken by sharks in South Australian waters and in and around the country too. So, Hello 2024. So there's all sorts of things. There's going to be a big cricket match on the Adelaide Oval tonight, the Big Bash. You can see those guys. It's always a highlight of the calendar in Adelaide. The Big Bash, the 2020 cricket matches. A cracker night as fireworks return to the CBD. They're going to be having a firework display on tonight in the city. This is the story about this young boy that was taken by a shark, and we just think of that, how sad that is for that family, and to lose their young lad like that, a champion bloke by the looks of things too. And so that's certainly in the news. What else can I share with you in here? Lots of ads for going overseas on holidays, of course. Gladiator, which is a TV show pitting fit people against each other. We actually know a guy who's in that this season, a friend of one of my sons. So isolated young adults. There's a bit more here about these guns that are being printed. There's crime around the world, don't you? There's not too many places that aren't touched by crime. And you have all the wrap-ups of all the tragic car crashes and people who have died in car crashes. Stars are set this year. You know, they always make a big highlight of all the movie stars and the TV stars and what might be happening with their lives and all that sort of stuff. And also it says boomers, that's me, I'm a boomer, you know, born just after the Second World War. Boomers ready for a big night as young Aussies shun the booze. Australians are gearing up to splash their cash ahead of New Year's Eve celebration, with baby boomers expected to spend a whopping $524 each over the holiday period. Millennials are forecast to spend $110 each, while Generation X and Generation Z are set to spend $97 and $87 respectively. I don't know what that's all got to do with anything, really. I won't be drinking any alcohol tonight. Might have a glass of Coke. But we tend to spend our money on other things, food in particular, I guess. Miracle Boy needs one more gift from above. The amazing tale of a SeaWorld crash survivor. This was a young boy who survived a helicopter crash. What else is in here? A lot of the things. Escape. So don't we all want to escape? So they have a big section here on escape and different holidays. And that looks like a helicopter with a built-in overnight cabin to stay in somewhere in the middle of nowhere. A year that rocked. They also have another lift out, which is all about wellness and getting fit, how to keep calm and less stress, top 10 healthy tips from a super ager. About change, discover the health trends that could reshape your life and let your true self flourish. Will your true self flourish in 2024? Then there's all the TV programs, of course, the racing, just been visiting a friend who used to be a racehorse owner. We were watching the races. And the Australian Open, the tennis is coming up soon. A year of living famously. There's a quiz on sports there, and a bit about the 2023 in review by Ben Hook. Whoops. I'm going all over the place here. An interesting bit here about the soccer girls when they were in the Women's World Cup and did pretty well, and they've been on a bit of a high since then. Golf, buy, search and sell. Weddings, there's always on these weekend papers, they always show pictures of wedding photography and weddings where people have just tied the knot, which used to be a world that I was involved in once. And buy the book, pages 76 and 79. There's a recommendation for the books that you should be buying. Let me just have a look and see here. I won't be buying any of them, I don't think. Books to change your life. Ooh, this is not a book about Benedict Cumberbatch. That's an interesting title, isn't it? He's a pretty good actor, of course. Atomic Habits, Outlive the Science and Art of Longevity. Salt, Fat, Acid, Heat, The Man Next Door. War and Peace and History, Australia's Yesterdays, Before I Forget by Geoffrey Blaney, The Last Navigator by Paul Goodwin. There's a whole lot of books there that we should be reading, so they're telling us. Very long lists of them here. I'm making a mess of this newspaper. That's the trouble with newspapers. They're not very good for this sort of thing. So there you go. That's just a little bit of a glimpse of the weekend reading. We have an advertiser on Saturday morning, the Saturday Morning Advertiser, which is usually pretty full of information, particularly who has died during the last week or month. There's always a big summary of all the death notices there. And sometimes on Wednesdays in the Advertiser. So we have the Advertiser on 6 days of the week, and on Sundays we have the Sunday Mail for people to read. And some people read these papers religiously. I tend to look at the sports, the death notices, and maybe the headlines, and not much else. I do most of my news reading online, as a lot of people do these days. Anyway, so we're looking forward to the new year, 2024. It's been a pretty tough year. For many people, there's been lots of tragic events happening around the world, and also in Adelaide as well, as you can see, from shark attacks and victims of crime and whatever. But let's look forward with a positive note. And if you're a Christian, let's continue to trust God. That there's that old song, Christian song, gospel song, called On, and it's got the words in it, I know not what the future holds, but I know who holds the future. So let's make that our prayer if we're Christians, and maybe if you're not, maybe you could learn how to make that your prayer. Anyway, look, thanks for watching all this year. Happy New Year to all my subscribers and people who happen to come here just because of the algorithms, and have a great year. And I look forward to talking some more and sharing some more in the new year. So thanks for watching, and see you next year. Like if you like, subscribe if you wish. See you later.